Dust, we have so much of it, but one area professor says there's not enough research on it. Michael Cantu joins us now to tell us how she plans to fix that. Michael?
Angie, for the next 3 years, that professor will use money from the National Science Foundation. What she hopes to do is provide a stepping stone to help others better predict dust storms and what she calls dust events. It does not take a lot to get Corinne Arden Dreyer talking about dust.
I've always loved dust. At MIT, I worked on how we measure dust in the lab, and at Harvard, when I moved afterwards, I continued to work on dust.
Now the Israeli native and Texas Tech professor is working on new research surrounding it.
We don't understand a lot of aspect in it, and if we don't understand, we can understand the impact that it has on our life.
She is putting together a team that looks at data from the last 20 years related to dust events. Because all that is available to the public is numbers on dust storms, things like haboobs, which are a lot more intense than events.
My goal was basically to understand how much dust do we have across the U.S.
The synoptic versus the convective.
The data will help them find key weather patterns and could be a first step in developing better prediction systems.
We might be able to alert hospitals to get more staff, more doctors, more nurses during the time, because we know there's going to be a health complication.
This is research she has tried multiple times to secure funding for, too.
It's not sexy. I think that's the biggest problem.
So now she is dusting off old numbers to help for the future.
Because we'll know what are the meteorological conditions that can be, that cause them, and that will help us basically to create a better prediction system.
Now, we're also told once all that data is fixed up, it will be posted on the North American Dust Association's website, a new website for anyone to see.